Well, shocking political news as Patrick Brown resigns as the Ontario PC leader following allegations of sexual misconduct. This comes just 5 months before the provincial election on June 17th. 39-year-old very emotional at a press conference late last night. He said he would vigorously defend himself here, did not announce his resignation as party leader during the press conference, but did so early this morning with a released statement. And this throws the PC party into disarray as they must now choose a new leader as they head into the provincial election campaign. Now, the news of his resignation has rocked Queen's Park. Brown quit early today, again, amid the allegations, which have yet to be proven. Now, just moments ago, we saw the Premier making her way into Queen's Park, didn't say a word to media who had gathered there. But right after Brown's resignation, she did release a statement, and it read in part, "It's a difficult and brave thing to do to come forward the way these young women have done tonight. My government and I have been clear on the issue of sexual harassment and assault. In fact, our policy and our ad recalled it's never okay." The Ontario PC deputy leaders Sylvia Jones and Steve Clark saying, in the interest of the Ontario PC party, we unanimously agree that Mr. Brown cannot continue serving as leader. Mr. Brown is entitled to a legal defense and due process, but he cannot lead us into an election as a result of these allegations. And fellow Conservative MPP saying, this is Lisa MacLeod, that every citizen of Ontario deserves respect. And she goes on in her statement now. Joining me now on the phone is NDP leader Andrea Horwath. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, you were quick to react online as well. How are you feeling this morning? And this is going to be, it's going to have a major effect at Queen's Park.
Well, absolutely. I think first and foremost, though, about the major impact that these young women have had on their lives at the hands of someone that was in a position of power and somewhat older than them. I mean, look, these women are very brave, very courageous, and in speaking out, they're not only speaking for their own situation, but we know that there are many, many more women, hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of more women who have not felt able to speak out. And so every time someone becomes public, like these young women did, it just reminds us that that this is happening all too often, and that we have to continue to call it out. And if we're ever going to make the kind of change that will help us make sure that our daughters and granddaughters don't have to deal with this kind of that it takes this kind of courage, and I really I just want to thank these young women for doing that.
Did you feel it was necessary for him to step down?
I think he had no choice. I think he absolutely had no choice. It was surprising that wasn't his initial, reaction, but he had no choice. But I can tell you something else. If he was a sitting MP in my caucus, he would be resigning from that seat as well.
We are 5 months away from the provincial election. What are the next steps for your party? What do you think should be happening now?
Well, we're going to continue to do our work. That's what our job is. And I mean, I have a caucus of very strong women. We have 55% of our caucus is women. And so we have a process in place that elects great women candidates, and they sit equally around my caucus table with our male colleagues. We have a very respectful and equal discussion and dialogue, and we're going to continue to do that work on behalf of Ontarians. I mean, today, though, I think the most important thing is not to forget these young women whose voices have courageously come forward, and who, again, open the door and continue to create a pathway for other women to say enough is enough, and we're not going to tolerate this kind of behavior anymore, and we're not going to let men get away with the behaviors that they've exhibited or that they've undertaken over the years.
Okay, that is NDP leader Andrea Horwath. Thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.